psychology seminar for graduate students, and there was a poster on campus. I was a first-year student in art, and the poster said, all art students, bring your portfolios, bring your paintings to room such and such in psychology on Monday at 3 o'clock, and the famous Rudolph Anrheim will do a reading of your work. Well, yeah, that's right down my alley, so I got my work together. I was the only kid to show up. And it was a whole room of graduate psychologists, and so I was the shill. They brought me in, and he took my paintings, and I was beginning to do my own brand of cubism, which was called shreddism. I had put turpentine over the top of a painting, let it run down through the image of a still life because it was crummy, and I wanted to wash it off, but I liked the way the drizzles cut. They spliced it, and so they shredded. And Art and Visual Perception is still a good book. He wrote that, Art and Visual Perception, and the first chapter is it. You don't have to read the rest. It's all right there. And if I taught composition for Lyn, I would teach Anrheim's, what he taught me, which is in fact from the Greeks and the Egyptians, and so it wasn't his invention. But he included all in the book and kind of modernized it nicely. Anyway, so there we are about to sit down to dinner, and I said, Professor Anrheim, I remember in Austin, Texas at the Graduate Seminar in Psychology in 1956, you came and you did a reading of my paintings. I don't remember. Well, whatever, I remember. I mean, he refused to accept that. And I told Betty Edwards, how did it come up? Well, when I was having my little session with her, I said, oh, he gave a talk. That's how it came up. He gave a talk at Trinity. They paid him big bucks. And then question and answer after this hand went up and they said, Professor Anrheim, what do you think of that new book, Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain? Oh, he says, I've seen it. He says, we all know about the right brain tendency. We all know that. But I look at the book, and before the book is half over, she goes to the left brain. It's all the same old stuff. So I thought, to hell with it. So I told her that. She says, thank you very much. Little karma came down. She said, I wrote him and asked him if he would write the foreword or even co-author the book with me. Now, there was a Dr. Sperry and Dr. Rand in California that were brain research specialists, and they had pioneered the right brain, left brain idea and the corpus callosum with maybe epileptic people where they cut the corpus callosum to sort of help their problem, quote unquote. And anyway, so they had a lot of research that went into this, and people who couldn't see what their right hand was doing. Anyway, she said, I asked him if he would be willing to, because art and visual perception is his field. He was not an artist, and he wasn't an art historian. He was an imposter. But anyway, he refused. He wrote me a very cold letter, and she said, I never got the manuscript back even. And she said, I'm so glad to know. I said, it was evident that he had never read it, or he would have realized that you were putting the two sides of the brain back together again, as they are in reality. So she was very pleased about that. And I learned from her what you're doing now, which is the best way to learn to draw is on an 8.5 by 11 with a number 2 pencil, or whatever you can get like that. Just an ordinary yellow pencil, an 8.5 by 11. And it's so easy to teach drawing that way. You don't have to haul in your sketch pad and your special pencil and your, arty eraser and everything. If you can write or do numbers, or what do we still do by hand? Yeah, see, I don't have a computer, so I'm kind of in the dark. But anyway, whatever you can still do with a pencil, you can then make drawings.